Blake Lively might have just done herself in this battle with Justin Baldoni, although she didn't do it intentionally. It was something she said
long before she ever worked with Justin Baldoni.
Right, but there's something she said that has now been resurfaced, and it is right on the nose as far as what the issues are in her battle with Justin Baldoni.
Well, well, well. It looks like the scandal we never saw coming is about to unravel before our eyes. In a whirlwind of intrigue and conflicting claims, the drama between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has shifted from whispered rumours to an all-out.
Who's really winning this war between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? The powerful smear machine is still going, but what's really crazy is this new person she hired. We got a lot to discuss.
Media spectacle that's as unpredictable as it is explosive. Every revelation adds another layer to a story already steeped in controversy, where no one is quite who they seem, and every alliance hides a secret.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit. It's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie.
The spark of this controversy was ignited long before any legal battles were formally declared. Early on, a series of offhand remarks and curious behaviour hinted at deeper issues, a tension that had been simmering beneath the surface for years. Rumours of past missteps, unexpected alliances and strategic power plays began to circulate. It wasn't just a simple feud. It was a collision of personalities and ambitions, with both sides weaving narratives that captivated an audience desperate for every morsel of juicy detail. But what exactly set these titans of Hollywood on this treacherous path? The clues were scattered in candid interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and leaked communications, each piece painting a picture of a conflict that had been months, if not years, in the making.
A couple days ago, William Morris's CEO, Ari Emanuel, made it seem like a moral act of loyalty, like that exists in Hollywood. He heaped praise on Ryan and Blake as soulfully beautiful people, flawless, really. He mocked Baldoni in the process. He said, it's an effed up bad situation with what Baldoni, whatever his name is doing. Now, he said Lively and Reynolds are good people. They've been in the business for decades and have never had any bad press about them, and all the people that work with them like them. Okay, he must not have the internet.
New evidence has since been unleashed, turning the entire narrative on its head. Confidential text messages, redacted HR complaints, and a trove of private documents have emerged, each one challenging the official storyline. This isn't just about disputed statements or minor miscommunications. It's a full-blown exposé that has rocked the foundations of both parties' reputations. In a dramatic twist, a key lawyer suddenly exited the scene, allegedly in a rush, to avoid being tangled in a case built on what many are now calling smokes and mirrors. As these revelations hit the public sphere, the tide began to turn, suggesting that what we once assumed to be straightforward legal manoeuvring might actually be a carefully orchestrated campaign of deflection and blame.
In court documents filed on Friday, March 14th, Justin Baldoni has stated that the New York Times has long presumed itself beyond accountability, not here, and that the New York Times went past merely reporting. He then went on that the New York Times actively vouched for the veracity of its false narrative by publishing Blake Lively's complaint in full, and that the fair report privilege that the New York Times seeks to hide behind does not protect it from liability for maliciously colluding with Lively and her cohort to publish a false and defamatory hit piece about the Wayfarer parties, wrongly casting them as villains and making them scapegoats for Lively's well-publicized media missteps. The New York Times responded in a statement to us, stating that the flaws in the Wayfarer Baldoni case were made clear last week in their own legal filing when they asked the court for yet another opportunity to amend their complaint to try and make it legally sufficient.
Behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, the real story unfolds in the backstage corridors and whispered conversations of a production set gone awry. Reports of on-set tensions, manipulation, and power struggles have painted a stark picture of a production where creative differences evolved into personal vendettas. Sources close to the action describe an environment fraught with hostility, a place where loyalty was bought and alliances shifted as quickly as the camera cuts. There were moments when cast members found themselves caught in the crossfire of relentless pressure, each incident adding fuel to the fire and deepening the schism between what appeared on screen and the reality behind the scenes. And as these accounts grew more damning, the narrative began to morph from mere gossip into a case study in modern celebrity feuds.
Most of us, if we're lucky enough to run into a celebrity in public, we only have a few moments to maybe speak with you guys. But for people who see this movie, who relate to the topics of this movie on a deeply personal level, they're really going to want to talk to you. This movie is going to affect people, and they're going to want to tell you about their lives. So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you, and then we could I'm just curious.
As if the backstage drama wasn't enough, the media played a pivotal role in amplifying every twist of this saga. Established outlets and social media influencers alike took sides, often publishing stories that seemed to support one narrative while dismissing the other. Allegations of bias, selective reporting, and even outright collusion with one camp over the other have surfaced, casting a long shadow over journalistic integrity. Critics argue that by feeding the fire with sensationalized headlines and piecing together narratives without all the facts, these outlets inadvertently became active players in the unfolding drama. The New York Times, in particular, found itself embroiled in controversy after publishing an article that many say was less an unbiased report and more an orchestrated hit piece designed to sway public opinion before the legal proceedings could even fully commence. And just when you think the media circus might settle down, more evidence comes to light, hinting that the truth is far more tangled than anyone could have predicted. The legal fallout from these explosive revelations has only intensified the drama. With lawsuits being filed and high-profile legal teams clashing in the public eye, it's clear that both sides are not merely fighting for a favourable verdict, they're battling for their very reputations. One moment, the courtroom is abuzz with allegations of manipulation and misconduct. The next, there are whispers of potential settlements and strategic withdrawals that suggest a deeper game at play. Lawyers have stepped up, fired off scathing rebuttals, and even walked away from the case in protest of tactics that border on the unethical. Every court document, every public statement is a piece of the puzzle, and with each new filing, the stakes only get higher. What started as a personal vendetta has now escalated into a high-stakes legal war with the potential to redefine the careers of everyone involved. Beyond the immediate courtroom battles and media headlines, the broader impact of this scandal is resonating throughout Hollywood. Both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have long been seen as major players in the entertainment industry, and this feud threatens to overshadow their professional achievements. For some, it's a tale of fallen idols, celebrities who once enjoyed unblemished reputations now facing the full brunt of public scrutiny. For others, it's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the perils of letting personal grievances spill into the public domain. The fallout is expected to affect not just their current projects, but also future collaborations, casting a long shadow over careers that were once viewed as untouchable. Industry insiders predict that the aftershocks of this scandal may well lead to sweeping changes in how contracts are negotiated and how disputes are managed behind closed doors. Industry experts and legal analysts are now weighing in with their opinions and predictions, offering a range of perspectives on what the final outcome might be. Some suggest that the evidence might eventually tip the scales in favour of one party, potentially reshaping Hollywood's power dynamics in the process. Others remain sceptical, arguing that the labyrinthine nature of celebrity legal battles means that the truth could remain buried beneath layers of strategic misdirection for years to come. What is clear, however, is that the public's appetite for truth in this tangled web of allegations and counterclaims shows no sign of waning. Every new piece of evidence, every insider revelation only stokes the flames of curiosity and debate, leaving fans, critics, and industry professionals alike on the edge of their seats. In the midst of all this chaos, one can't help but wonder about the human cost of such a high-profile showdown. Beyond the headlines and legal jargon lies a very real story of personal betrayal, shattered trust, and the high price of fame. Both sides have been painted as villains and victims in a narrative that is as emotionally charged as it is legally complex. The damage isn't confined to the courtroom or the movie set, it extends into the personal lives of those involved, affecting families, friendships, and the very fabric of their public personas. And as the dust continues to settle, one thing remains certain. The consequences of this battle will be felt for a long time to come, altering not only the careers of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, but also the way Hollywood handles conflicts in an age where every whisper can ignite a firestorm. As the saga unfolds, the only certainty is that the next chapter is just around the corner. With legal battles intensifying, media narratives shifting, and public opinion swinging like a pendulum, the story of this scandal is far from over. Will new evidence emerge that further upends the current narrative? Can either side salvage their reputation before it's too late? Or will this bitter feud redefine what it means to be a celebrity in today's relentless media landscape? These are the questions that keep the debate alive and the audience watching, eagerly awaiting the next twist in a story that promises to be as unpredictable as it is captivating. In the end, this isn't just another celebrity feud, it's a multifaceted drama that cuts deep into the heart of modern fame. It challenges our perceptions of loyalty, truth, and the very nature of power in an industry built on image and influence. And while the final verdict may still be up in the air, one thing is undeniable. This battle has transformed the narrative, leaving us with a story that's as compelling as it is cautionary. So as we brace ourselves for the next explosive development, the only question remaining is, how will this saga finally end, and at what cost to those involved? Stay tuned, because the fallout is only just beginning, and the truth might be far more shocking than any headline could ever capture.